is recruited just underneath just underneath Spencer, pretty much. We didn't also see a spike chest, treasure chest, or seaborn chest. That one's just straight up luck, honestly. And gain 8 ingots in a single node. There are no. That one's also partially luck, if I remember correctly. Was there? If we remember correctly, there was no ducks that also spawned, right? Because I remember the duck also. If you manage to kill the duck on as a special enemy, you're able to get free extra ingots actually.
Oh really? It gives you ingots.
I think I'm pretty sure it gives ingots. So
right, well, I mean that's also luck, I guess. There's many ways you can get your 8 ingots in a single node. Like we said with the chests, obviously there are collectibles that you can get in a single node that give you ingots. Duck Lord, obviously, if you can kill him, didn't see that. But, you know, a lot of those things do come down to luck, and neither player saw them, so it's not really even a missed opportunity at that point. It's just, we didn't get it. Didn't see it, guys.
Yeah, I felt like... Well, Kotori did play this pretty well. I think luck put a lot more factor on this match in particular. Like, Kotori just... Like, earlier, somebody got screwed over because they had the worst... a worse first map than the other player, right? And then the same thing happened here where they just didn't get any holes at all, so they weren't even able to contest the push or pull enemies, even though they both take an operator pretty similar to each other. Like Spencer picked the pusher, which in my opinion would have covered more maps than a puller, because there's that one map, right, where the armor reducing slugs and the slugs that spawn on the left side, there are holes on that left side, and a puller wouldn't be able to pull any enemies in that. So it would have punished Kotori greatly if Kotori rolled that map instead of the symbiosis.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it just comes down to luck, but we did see both players were actually going for that tile in the first place, so they definitely had that in mind as something easy that they can get done. Yeah, it's like you just get unlucky. It's like, oh, I didn't get a stage with holes. What do I do now? You know, what do I just keep going? Do I restart or something? It's kind of unlucky. And I know that we're going to be saying that it's unlucky a lot of the time because that's just how it is. But you know,
yeah,
I don't think we should.
Luck plays a good factor on these boards, but it's even with good luck, you still have to pretty much act upon it. You still need to push. You still need to push through. Even it's like, oh, you get lucky, but I don't do anything about it. So obviously, it's just missed opportunities.
Yeah, you need you need a good strategy. You still need the good operator. You still need to be going for the tiles, and you need to recognize you're actually doing them. Because I believe that I think Kotori missed that their operators got stunned in Sniper Squad from those stunning snipers. I think they missed that completely. So you know, being aware that things are happening around you is also really important. But yeah, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. It's not just a one-time occurrence thing, right? Like earlier on the Sots match where, well, it was a big blow where he couldn't get the flawless, but he actually leaked the Machina enemy, so he at least could have gotten one tile off of that, but it didn't really.
Yes.
It kind of slipped Lasot's mind that, oh wait, that's a Machina enemy too. Oopsie.
It's just the return of Cannot, basically. It's like a silver lining of like, oh yeah, I didn't get the stage.
I want to see Cannot tiles on tomorrow's boards. The Cannot tiles honestly were like the most fun ones we had on stream. They led through some pretty hype stuff.
I kind of feel like they should be worth more than 1 point though. Those ones seem pretty difficult.
They were pretty difficult. I think clearing out Cannot is already a feat on its own, and then like they added more mechanics to it. It's like, oh yeah, you can only get it if you did it flawless. Oh wait, you can only get it if you don't have 6 stars on your squad. And oh my god, I just know, like, just from first-hand experience, that the Cannot stage, regardless if it's the floor 1 to 3 version or the floor 4 and above version, is just very hard in general, regardless.
Yeah, like I think I remember reading way back that there were some operators who can like kind of solo that stage if you get a little bit lucky with like their promotions and stuff. Like for example, I know that Penance, for example, has a very good time on that stage because she's just getting hit so many times by those like brawler guys, and she does arts damage as well with her second skill, and all of the reflect is going off from her talent as well. Like she's a very good operator for killing a majority of those enemies in that cannot stage. Fortunately, we didn't see her. Maybe it's because she's a 6-star. Maybe for other reasons, people don't have her, for
Yeah,
example.
maybe it could also just be it also could just be down to luck where if you don't opt for penance at the start with like you take defender squad, you take penance, and then she gets promoted automatically that way, and then you just run into you just run into the cannot stage like that, but it's just a little bit too specific and might not even pan out the way you want it to go. Penance is still a 30 plus the DP cost operator, very expensive. You might even lose a couple of HP on the way while you're going there. So it is a risk you have to take. And sometimes the tile, if you get the tile where you can't use 6 stars on the cannot map. Oh, never mind. The penance strat just goes out of the window.
Yeah, exactly. So, those cannot tiles, maybe they'll come back with a vengeance tomorrow when we go into I believe it's quarterfinals, right? Quarterfinals, semifinals,
The
and finals will be
quarterfinals
happening
will pretty
tomorrow.
much we pretty much cleaned up the entire all the matches for the day are pretty much done. We get to see the brackets here actually. Let's see
Yeah,
who has qualified.
so we are now in the round of 16, I believe. So there will be 16 players left. Obviously, they will be fighting against each other. But I mean, we saw some of the matches today. Happy to see some of the people that we saw are still continuing to go on. For example, Skami just kind of blasting through. We saw that on stream. We saw Spencer on stream, and
Yep,
Kotori as well as going past. It's
no, Kotori
gonna
pretty
be
much won
interesting.
against Spencer. Yes.
Yeah, it's gonna be
So we just literally saw that. Uh huh.
yeah. So hopefully this will be just as exciting as today, though, because I think we do have some news that the boards tomorrow will be a little bit more involved, shall we say? They won't be simple, shall we say? Not that the boards today were simple, of course, but it is going to be interesting to see if these players can deal with the increased difficulty of these boards that are going to be coming tomorrow. I've also heard that there's going to be themes for the boards tomorrow, so they're going to so the tiles on those boards are going to have they're going to follow certain themes. We won't spoil that now, because we don't want to spoil it, but also because I don't think we even know what they are yet. At least Goody and I don't
Yep.
know what they are yet. So hopefully we get to see that. I mean, I
I'm pretty
just
sure that the boards will a lot will be much more longer. Probably, I remember on the first tournament, it involved some tiles involved pretty much the floor 5 boss, and so pretty much I think games will probably go almost twice as long, if not longer, like earlier. And man, the games already ran a lot more longer than it should have, especially on like the first round.
yes, yeah, I believe as in the background while we were watching stuff on stream, I believe some of the games went way longer than they should have. So we had to do a little bit of
It's
finessing
just
about that,
funny
I
because
guess.
like the first half, like the first 3 matches, oh my god, these are going so much longer, and then like the last half is, oh my god, they're stomping their opponents.
Yeah, we just look at all the other people that are playing. It's like, wait, they're still like going. What's going on with this? What do we do now?
but
But yeah,
oh wait,
it's
we're,
actually
we're not yet
incredible.
done. They're not yet done, and then like games 4 into game 6, like, oh wait, we're done. Oh, we're done.
Yeah, but I mean, I
But
guess it's really cool that we got to see both sides of it, where there are really close games where they're really going down to the wire, and then there are some games where you just like sweep your opponent away and just take all the tiles that they're going for, and it's just like, yeah, we saw, I believe it was a 9-3 that we saw in the second
Yeah, we
match, but
saw
then this
nine
one is a
three, and then we had
9-4.
9-4. So it's
Yeah.
actually pretty amazing. I hope to see more. I hope to see more matches like that, like both close matches and both matches where just somebody is just so good that they just stomp both of them. Then eventually, like
skill issue, just
it just outskilled them.
get lucky
But
for it, please.
eventually, like these people who have been stomping their opposition like early on is gonna have to face the other players who also been stomping their bracket. So it's gonna be actually pretty interesting to see what happens on that tomorrow.
Yes, it will be the sweepers versus the other sweepers that we didn't watch. But that will be all of the matches that we're watching for today, by the way. So there is other stuff that we want to talk about, which is just a little bit of a recap of some of the other matches that we were that we didn't see on stream, I should say. So for example, we had Hien versus the Condor, which was I think this is I believe this is round 1. And
Round 1.
it was a 9-8 at the end of the day, and it went to Hien. I do not believe I saw Hien on the bracket going forward. So, no, they did actually.
No, yeah, Hien was the one who won. Damn, that was pretty close. A 9-8, similar to what we had on round 1, where where one person just almost clawed back through, just gated by the by the cannot tile, dude. Oh my god, the cannot. I still cannot get over the cannot tile. The cannot tile is just so funny. I want to see more. I want to see another cannot tile. I feel like
throw themselves at this over and over again.
The cannot tile is just so goddamn funny, man. I really love the cannot tile, and yeah.
There's something about like today is that we did not even see any players go to like beyond floor 4 at all, right? We didn't see any of the floor 5 bosses. We didn't see we didn't even get to floor 5. I don't even think. I think
we did not see anyone hit the floor 5 because like I mentioned earlier on the stream, where the boards from what we saw are pretty much geared towards a lot of just floor 3, like almost all the objectives, if not all the objectives, can be cleared at the very earliest, like at floor 2, floor 3. Very latest, probably floor 3 boss. And some tiles where something like Big Bob and etc. Big Adam, Big Adam, Pompey can spawn at the very latest at floor 4, but like the others could also spawn much more earlier than that, right?
Yeah. I guess when we go into the next floors, when we go into the next rounds, some of those tiles may require you to actually go to those floors. Like, they might require you to stun enemies out of the air. And there are some enemies in the later floors that you can stun out of the air. Those like manta ray thingies, I don't remember what they're called. But those enemies only appear in the later stages. There might be tiles that are relating to the actual bosses themselves, or maybe there's tiles that's like, recruit 15 operators. How are you gonna do that if you're only going to floor 3? It's just kind of impossible.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the boards tomorrow will be much more involved and would involve going much more longer into the run.
Yeah, so we are looking at right here, which was the board that we were talking about, with the closest match that we had today that we did not see on stream, which was a 9-8 by Hien versus Condor. Hien is in blue, mind you, and I mean, look, like, this is just a classic example of how much these players are competing to get to the next round. Like, it can really get down to the wire sometimes. I'm seeing some, like, very, I guess... I mean, what do you think was the last one that they took here, actually, Goody? Do you have any bets on what it was?
I think it's the face 3 different melee operators towards range tiles at once. So, because I think that was the last one they marked. Because it's colored a little bit differently. That should be it, right? But damn, there is a little bit of luck. See, like, have any one-hand collectible defeat the last enemy of a stage with a 1-star. That's a robot. They did it with a robot.
1-star. Oh my gosh. What?
My god. Have at least 4 operators get stunned at once. So the easiest way to do that is a certain suspected Liberi.
Yeah, I
with
guess so, but
on
look at
S2.
Look at that one down there, sorry. Clear a floor 2 or above stage with only medics.
With
I
only
feel like this is
oh, with
an
only
account
I
check at this
mean,
point.
it's the cal check, but
Do you
look how
have Calcit?
interesting
Do
it.
you
Look at
have
how
any?
close it is actually because uh because red, right, Condor, he actually managed to the only reason why it was so close is because Condor actually managed to defeat the floor 3 boss first, even though but
Yeah.
even with the floor 3 boss advantage, he had actually still managed to pull through by just simply taking 9 tiles. Even though Condor managed to get a bonus point from defeating the floor 3 boss first. So
Mm.
maybe it's not, maybe getting the floor 3 boss isn't as big of an advantage as we thought it was, Eha.
Yeah, I'm starting to see that, maybe the matches that we saw on stream were a bit biased, so to say, because we did see a lot of times where it did come down to, those 2 points would be very useful right about now. But I guess it may not be the case entirely, because you can have the floor 3 boss, but if you don't go for those, the kind of niche tiles, like defeating the last enemy at the stage with a 1-star operator, like, are you really going to do that when you're powering towards the floor 3 boss? Maybe it's not, maybe it's not that much in the cards for you. But I am interested to
Yeah.
see if this will continue though. Will players go for those double point tiles? Because as we mentioned earlier, tomorrow all of the boards will be 5x5 instead of 4x4. So it's going to be a little bit different, and there will be more tiles that are worth more than 1 point. So that will definitely be interesting to see if players are kind of going for those tiles specifically, or if they're just gonna play like they normally do all the time. But yeah, tomorrow is going to be a little bit different in that regard. So the games are going to be slightly longer, and also the finals are going to be. I think the finals are a best of 3, if I'm not mistaken. So that would be
Yep.
an exciting series on our hands that we get to
That'll be a
watch.
very exciting series. I'm looking forward to tomorrow. So yeah, just a reminder that everybody that we will continue the rest of the matches tomorrow, starting from the quarterfinals, same time, 4 a.m. PST. That's server time of Arknights. We'll be here in the same channel here on Zafang21 on Twitch and Lungmen Dragons on YouTube. We The rest of the results will be posted as well on the Lungmen Dragons Discord, so feel free to join that if you have not, and on Twitter as well. And that should be all. Is there anything else we have to say?
Well, I feel like I'm obliged to say thanks to Arknights again for sponsoring this. It wouldn't be possible without you guys, and I just want to give a big shout out to all the people that are in the back end that are working tirelessly to get all this done. This is definitely not a single person doing all of this or orchestrating all of this. There is a team of people behind the scenes, so just appreciate them, please. Appreciate them, because they definitely deserve it. But yeah, I think that's about it, Goody. I think that's about it for today's LD Bingo Lockout Tournament. 2.
2. Day 1. Day 1.
Day 1 at least. Yeah, day 1. We will be back tomorrow. So
We will
yeah.
be back tomorrow. Yes. All right.